Eyewitness News is next. Tonight, blowout at the ballpark. Ecstatic fans pour out of the stadium. Their beloved Braves do it again. The stadium has become a temple for true believers, drawing baseball worshipers who can't even get inside. And in Minneapolis, Twins fans say they're confident Twin wins in the Homer Dome will bring them the championship. Don't go anywhere if you're late for work. They'll just have to understand. Live team coverage is coming up next.
Jeff Hullinger, sports, and the Eyewitness News team. This is
the new Mazda.
It just feels right.
WAGA TV Atlanta. Brenda Wood, John Marler, Ken Cook weather, Jeff Hullinger sports, and the Eyewitness News team. This is Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
Check it out live from Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. It is party time all over again. Atlanta fans celebrate a home sweep of the Twins. From worst to first, the Braves' dream of a World Series championship is oh so close. Good evening. The Atlanta Braves are now just one win away from the biggest prize in baseball. In their final home game of the year, they crushed the Minnesota Twins 14-5. The Braves now lead the series 3-2. Let's begin with Jeff Hullinger down at the stadium. And Jeff, where do we start to tell this story?
Outside Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, where it is a madhouse, a mobile chop shop, if you will. Behind me, the reaction to the Atlanta Braves, now up on the Minnesota Twins by a count of 3-2 with the series moving back to Minneapolis. This is a starved group of people for a championship. Never has any team from Atlanta, pro sports, won a world championship, but the Braves are now just one game away from it. David Justice, marvelous tonight. Lonnie Smith, super, and Mark Lemke. We're going to give him a new moniker tonight. Mark Lemke is no longer the Lemmer. He is Mr. October. Mark Lemke has become Mr. October, the most improbable of series heroes. He has been extraordinary. Let's go to the highlights tonight in the 17th right now.
Okay, Jeff, very much. We'll let you take care of technical problems out there at the stadium right now. Let's continue our team coverage of the Braves tonight. Let's check in with Doug Richards. He's been checking out with people out at the stadium. Here's his report.
October 24th. Never before have the Atlanta Braves played a game so late in the calendar. And never before has their last home game started with such flourish.
We are down here live, the final game in Atlanta for the Braves.
And we got it going on. The Tomahawks are out tonight. The Braves going for World Series win number 3 in a row.
The hype for the game went as high as the searchlights outside the stadium.
All right, it's 3 at home, 1 at the Dome.
Optimism soared like the blimp. Braves fans who really didn't need an excuse to dislike the Minnesota Twins found one anyway.
We're Twins, and we support the Braves.
Fans without tickets patiently advertised their plight, while baseball fans were sorry to see local baseball come to an end for the year. Scalpers were even sorrier.
Well, I did so good, I went and got me an Atlanta Braves ring made. I cleared about 4,500. 4,000, yeah, the 2 days, and I ain't finished working today.
This was the face of a fan whose mother couldn't afford to pay the scalper's ticket price. For him, the end of the baseball season is at best bittersweet.
So we brought him down here. He's a diehard Braves fan, and I just thought it'd be nice for him to get involved in the hype, and now he's so involved he wants tickets.
But even those who couldn't get tickets, like 8-year-old Michael Gordy of Atlanta, did their best to enjoy this World Series. Even though this is it for baseball in Atlanta, it still doesn't seem real, even to those closest to the game.
I guess our senses have kind of been dulled by the extra work and the long season and all that. But I guarantee you, come Game 6, I'll be a mess again.
That was Doug Richards reporting. Let me give you an update on Jeff Hullinger, why he suddenly disappeared. Talk about fans' enthusiasm. Some got so enthusiastic out there at the stadium, they knocked down our live camera. Our technicians are working to get everything back in order. We will hear from Jeff coming up. Everybody's okay. Brenda.
Well, Russ Jamison is out at Fulton County Stadium, and he is okay along with his camera crew. We're going to go to him right now. He is standing outside the stadium along with hundreds, perhaps thousands of others who were outside, couldn't get in, but they were satisfied just being in the ambiance of the excitement. Russ?
Brenda, we're safe for the moment out here. We're not going to have any problems. I hope we're not going to have any problems like Jeff had over on the other side of the stadium. But in the last couple of days, there has been a tremendous transformation here in Atlanta. There have been thousands of fans who have gotten a chance to go into the game, but there's just as many who have never gotten in to see a game who came down here to the stadium anyway. Some staying almost 24 hours. They say they came for the ambiance. They came for the history. They came to soak up what they could of a World Series.
We're Braves fans. Just wanted to be here.
Brenda Kelly and a friend from Thomaston had no tickets. Didn't really even worry about getting any. They sat against a concrete wall and watched a 5-inch black and white TV. It was as close as they and others would get to a World Series, and that was fine with them. On the sidewalk outside, people looked like they were taking laps, walking, wandering. Big kids and little kids too. Some fans in full splendor. Others still desperately wishing and wanting a seat in the house. This was history, and if they couldn't be a part of it inside, they'd be a part of it outside. Teresa Scruggs said staying in a hotel and watching a TV just wouldn't work.
No way. No way. That's not good enough. We want to be here, and it's nice night. We want to be a part of this atmosphere. The Braves, we love them. We want to give our support.
So we decided to come down here, even if we can get in the game or not. You know, we just want to be a part of, you know, we want to be a part of this atmosphere.
About the only non-fans were a few homeless men taking advantage of thirsty and sloppy fans. Aluminum cans were plentiful. Nearly everywhere you looked, people crowded around miniature TVs. This radio station had big screens, but no sound, in protest of the CBS announce team. Let me tell you, it's an incredible moment out here, standing outside Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. 3 days of World Series have turned this town on. Take a look at what we're going to be dealing with over here, what we have been dealing with. This is a 96 rock flatbed with searchlights. All of those folks, they've hopped up on that flatbed. As far as you can see, there are Braves fans. There are Braves fans cheering a 14-5 win here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, and cheering the fact that the Braves are now up 3-2, headed back to Minnesota, and the likelihood that a World Series champion could be in this town. It's made them almost crazy. Reporting live from Atlanta Fulton County Stadium, Russ Jamison, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
All right, almost crazy, I think, is putting it lightly. Those folks not going home for a while. Thank you, Russ. We're going to try now to go back to Jeff Hollinger and his camera crew. Jeff, we understand you had a little difficulty there, but things are back in order now?
Yeah, I think we're back in order. Let me explain exactly what happened. We were being rocked by a throng of enthusiastic Braves fans. We are on top of a truck, and the crowd gathered around the truck, and we're excited to be on live television, and started rocking the truck and knocked our photographer off the truck. We were able to keep him from rolling downstairs below. The camera was, we were able to save that too. So the news is good. We're all right out here, and we're going to have reaction from the clubhouse coming up to you a little bit later in this broadcast. So don't put us on the injured list. We are not disabled. We are hurting. We are like Lonnie Smith last night. We are taking it hard, but we're ready to go again.
Okay, Jeff, take a rest for a couple of minutes. You deserve it. Tell the crew, nice job. The Braves' next stop, of course, Minneapolis, Minnesota for Game 6 and, if needed, Game 7 of the World Series. Channel 5's Randy Travis is already there. He reports that fans there are still confident that their team will win the series, since they have been in this situation before.
It's back to Minnesota, back to the land of 10,000 lakes, huge juicy steaks, and of course that monument to baseball home team domination, the Dome.
Nobody wins there. St. Louis couldn't win there, and it's just a tough place to win.
This is the Twins World Series pregame show.
Listen to these cooks at a popular St. Paul steakhouse tonight, and you'd think they didn't care what happened in Atlanta this week. All along, they knew the Twins would be coming home this weekend. Even if they lost all 3 road games like they did in 1987, the Dome is their undisputed domain.
In '87, the Twins showed that they hardly ever lose at home, and it's got to be tough to come out of town and try to play in the Dome.
Not in World Series play. They've never lost it.
David Ecker stood guard at the Metrodome back gate tonight, watching Game 5 all by himself. Saturday night, he'll be joined by 50,000 of the noisiest people in the Twin Cities. And to top it all off, when the Braves do arrive here in a couple of hours, they won't even be able to practice in the Metrodome. Why? Because there's a football field out here tonight. Tomorrow night, the Michigan Wolverines are in town to play the Minnesota Gophers. But Dome workers promise they can transform this field into a baseball diamond in only 4 hours. By the morning of Game 6, it will be back, challenging the Braves to accomplish one more first in this Cinderella season. In Minneapolis, St. Paul, Randy Travis, Channel 5 Eyewitness News.
There is more Braves coverage to come, but for the moment, let's wrap things up. The World Series heading to Minnesota. The final game or games of the series will be back at the Metrodome. Game 6, Saturday night. Join us for our pregame special report, the Cinderella Series at 7:30, live from Minneapolis. If a 7th game is needed, it will be Sunday night, and Eyewitness News will be there. Stay with Channel 5 for live coverage of the Atlanta Braves.
Braves win their 3rd straight in this series, now lead 3-2. The 14 runs were the most scored in a fall classic since the Yankees beat the Pirates in 1960, 16-3. In the first 4 games of the series, the Braves had scored 12 runs. In Game 5 alone, they racked up 14.
Never have a second chance at first impression. I heard that one time. But, you know, everybody in the city wanted to come out and see what this World Series gala event was all about, and fortunately we didn't disappoint them.
How important was it to get a postseason?
Well, it's gratifying more than anything else. I mean, now I don't have to sit there and stare in the stat sheets and see myself at 0-4. But, you know, again, I mean, there's just... there's 2 games there that I could have very easily won, but I didn't, and you know, that's the bottom line.
We thought we could compete with the Twins. The key for us was to win that first game. Now we know we can beat them, and then we beat them 2 more nights in a row. Now we have a little momentum, we have a little confidence. Now we just got to prove we can win 1 game in the Dome, and I think all the guys in here are confident that we can.
There have been 33 7-game World Series which had been tied at 2 games like this one. 23 times the team that has won Game 5 has gone on to win the series, but 10 times the Game 5 winner has lost Games 6 and 7 and the series, including the last 3 World Series that were deadlocked at 2 each. Not a good omen for the Braves. We'll have more on the Braves and Twins a little later.
And ahead, and it felt good to get a lead, because usually I feel like whenever we get a lead, we're going to hold on to it.
It does wonders for our confidence. You know, I think we're kind of doubting ourselves a little bit, because we hadn't really scored a lot of runs like we have all year long. And you know, by doing it tonight, I think it reinsures us that we have the capability of doing it.
I'll tell you what, the way they were swinging, man, you could swear they knew what was coming, man. They were hitting everything, man. They were on every pitch, man, and they can't do anything about it. Hopefully it's out of their systems now. I mean, I'm telling you, they were raking, man. Unbelievable.
2-1 or 15-1, it doesn't matter. You lost or you won, and you go on to the next day. Turn the page.
With the home sweep complete, the Braves now lead the best-of-7 series for the first time, 3-2. But now it's back to the Metrodome, the Twins' home, where the confines were anything but friendly to the Braves in the first 2 games. In fact, Minnesota's working on a streak of 6 consecutive World Series wins at home.
No, I think they'll be a tougher team, because now you got Chili Davis in the lineup along with another hitter instead of one of the pitchers. So it's going to be tough.
We're home, and you know, we win a lot of ball games there. It's just, we need to win 2 games in a row. As simple as that.
The Dome actually beat us. You know, you got to give credit to the Twins. They played some good baseball up there, and they're really responsible for beating us 2 games. I don't think the Dome really was the thing that
we felt we could win a ball game there. I think the thing that got us was they played better baseball than we did in there, and they felt real comfortable in their place, and that was one of those series where both teams won at home. I hope this changes now.
It's the same thing, man. It went on in '87, and the people said the same thing. We started with 2 outs, so people started yelling sweep. They did the same to us in St. Louis, and hopefully it's a good omen.
Apples and oranges, but you know, it's in the back of your mind that you know you can go back and play good baseball in your home, and we'll try to do that.
At the World Series, Steve Cyphers, ESPN.
Thanks, Steve. Some other items being kicked around while all the baseball people are gathered in one place for the World Series as we look who's talking. The Yankees possibly discussing swapping Steve Sax for the Angels' Gary Gaetti. Eric Davis, there's talk he's going west, maybe to the Padres or to the Angels. The Reds want Chuck Finley, and California, we hear, has the inside advantage on signing free agent Danny Tartabull. He just built a home between Anaheim and San Diego, and we all know that Gene Autry has the Bucks.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if any of those big names do move. Could be a very active offseason. It will be a
very calm offseason on Toronto's bench. Cito Gaston will stay as the manager of the Blue Jays. That confirmed by the Jays on Thursday. Chris and I back to wrap up this edition of SportsCenter in a minute. Stay with us. We're coming back.